Hey, my friends, this is Matthew Peters. I am the CEO of Ascend Media, and tonight I want to talk to you about your client flow. Out of all the issues I've worked with clients on in the past, client flow is one of the biggest ones. Matter of fact, it was so prevalent that one of the things I did a few years ago is I wrote a book called More Clients Today. I covered 47 different ways to acquire new clients. Tonight, I'm going to be going over one of those that has been one of the most profitable for me. Matter of fact, it's brought me hundreds of thousands of dollars into my business, and I'm going to share the outline with you tonight. Now, in these short little videos, I'm only going to do 5 to 10 minutes, but I want to give you a micro training. All right. So let me just pull up a slide. Tonight I have slides. Sometimes I won't have slides, but this one is how to double, triple, or 10x your marketing audience overnight. So if you've been struggling with getting more people into your funnels or marketing to more and more people, this is a way for you to legitimately double your audience or triple or even 10x it within a matter of overnight, a couple of days, a few days. All right. And this is something, like I said, it has brought me clients, not just cold leads. So this is actually from one of the trainings I have in the high ticket media vault called Expand Your Business Through Simple Partnerships. And you've got it right there. Simple partnerships, not partnerships that have a 50-page contract. What I did was I started with people that I know, people that knew me, and we trusted each other. All right. That's the way I started. And I'll show you some of the tips that I have here. So who has my list? If you start asking yourself, who has my list of ideal clients? The only way you're going to know that is if you know who your ideal client is. If you can define, think of all the people you've worked with in the past, over the last few years, the types of people you like to work with did what? Where they come from? What were some of the attributes with them? I want you to think through that because the more you define that, when you start reaching out to people for a potential partnership or joint venture, it's going to be very easy for you to demonstrate your value. So know who you can serve best and first. Now, I want you to get out of the mindset of thinking, oh, I can serve everybody. Really, what I help people in any kind of relationship. Okay, that's great. Maybe you could, but I want you to focus specifically on who you can serve best and who you can serve first, because you were serving everybody because you were a little afraid of not having enough business. But when you double to 10x the number of people you're in front of, just because of you're connecting with the right people, that's going to be something where you want to be very specific. You're bringing a lot of the same type of people. So I want you to start thinking through those things and then approach people of influence, people that you know, people that know you, your peers, past coaches and consultants that really know what it is that you do. So as you're explaining this to them, they're shaking their head saying, yeah, okay. If it's not for them, maybe they're saying, have you talked to so and so? You'd be perfect to work with them because their people could really use blank, the thing that you do. All right. So I'm not reaching out to, if let's say if I was a video editor, I would not reach out to my video editor friends and say, hey, we should partner. It just wouldn't make sense. There's this weird competition there. But if I knew people who were, let's say, teaching real estate agents how to market, and they're saying video is the next big thing, you guys got to be starting to shoot videos with your iPhones and with your Androids and such. But guess what? They don't really know how to edit. But if I show them here are the specific things you need to have in your edit, so it's going to drive people to pick up the phone and give you a call, that would have huge benefit to them, wouldn't it? That's the type of partnership I'm talking about. So the contacts and the networks that you have, you already know these people. It's not like you have to go through Google and start finding people that don't know you. So clearly share why you are extremely valuable to their group. All right. You want to provide something they don't provide, but you have to give them that aha moment saying, oh, yeah, if you could help us with that, that would be awesome. Our people would love that part in their relationship with their significant other, or their finances for their business, or for helping their kid who's struggling with school, whatever. Think about those things. And then I want you to take whatever generalized information you have and niche it for their audience. Now, if you're thinking you got to do a whole new training, don't have to think that way. because what you're going to do is just you're going to add a module, you're going to add some jargon, some terms that's going to make more sense to them in their industry or in their situation. So if you just were to present a bland, generic training for them, it's not going to have the same impact as if you were to change the name, put a module tour in there, and then maybe interview a person that's in their industry or something. Get creative with it, right? It's not, you're not going to have to remake the wheel here. So you've got the you've got the okay. You guys have figured out how you're going to work the partnership as far as the finances. Some are going to be 50-50, some are going to be 60-40, depending on how much it's going to cost you to fulfill it. You know, it may be a little lopsided your way instead of their way, but a lot of times it's 50-50 if it's coaching or it's a something that doesn't take a lot of your resources. They both understand, especially if it's a digital product, if it's delivered in a group. You want to make it an offer they can't refuse. So you do all the work. I'm getting into some of the details here. You're going to do all the work and you're going to make them look amazing and you're going to bring value to their people. And they're going to say, yeah, let's do this. But don't go up to somebody and say, we should work together. Oh my gosh, the number of people that do that, it's disgusting to people who have spent years with their podcast, hundreds of episodes of podcasts, being guests on podcasts, having a YouTube channel, being on stages. You know, they built all their social media, thousands of posts, and you say, we should work together. You're saying, now you be creative and come up with what is going to make me money. Don't do that. You're going to come to them with knowing them really well. So you're providing them something that they're going to say, this is awesome. This is exactly what we need. For tips for your presentation. Now, your biggest value is not giving people everything. If you're a teacher at heart like me, that is going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know this from experience because I've wanted to teach more than helping people understand why. So I want you to do these three things. You're going to share in your presentation your what, your why, and your how. What is the situation they're in? You've got to know their situation. You got to talk to people in their groups. You need to know what the challenges are that they have, and you're going to tailor what it is you do into their challenges, right? So whatever you created is going to be the exact thing they need. Why do they need it? If they don't handle this problem in their relationship, in their health, in their business, what is that going to look like a year from now, 5 and 10 years from now? I'm just going to say real estate agents again. If you're a real estate agent and you're refusing to use social media or video because it's complicated, you don't know how to use it, guess what? Guess what's going to happen in a year from now, in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now? You're not going to be significant anymore. People are not going to see you relevant. All right. So you can use scare tactics to get people to wake up to reality. You don't have to make things worse than they are, but you have to make them understand the actual situation instead of the fantasy they've been living in. All right. And the how. This is where a lot of teachers just give everything. The how is going to be, you're going to give them a shopping list. All right. A shopping list. Like I've given you, here's 3 things. Here's 5 things. I really wouldn't go higher than 5, but just, 3 or 5 things you need to do, you need to get, you need to have. Right. So the how would be, here are the things that you're going to need. And the things that you list should be the things that only you can do. If they go to a generalist down the street, they're not going to know the things that you do. All right. So the shopping list that you give them, they can only shop with you. Think about it. So that's in a nutshell what I'd recommend that you do when you're doing these partnerships. Like I said, every partnership I've been a part of has been successful because we had the planning. I had the right partner to begin with. And the last little tip here I give you is make a productized offer. Don't do one-offs, because if you're successful, guess what? You're going to want to turn around that open sign to close because you're going to just get overwhelmed. You don't want to sabotage yourself by getting overwhelmed. Make a productized offer where you can leverage your time and serve many people all at once. So I want you to think about who's on your list and begin fostering relationships with niche leaders. I wanted to invite you to the High Ticket Media Mastery Society. I talked about this is one of the trainings that's already in there. There's 30 different trainings that are already in the High Ticket Media Vault. All right. People have access to that immediately. And each month, I'm going to be doing a live training that's going to be in depth for high ticket coaches and consultants, things that they want to get better at, questions they have, they're going to get answered because this is in depth. I'm going to show you the things that I've learned over the years. And yes, I'll be teaching them because I'm not going to have to be selling this. All right. And each month you'll also have a group coaching Q&A Zoom call that's going to follow it. So the things that you're now implementing, you'll have questions on. You can ask me questions from any of the trainings in the vault. You can ask me any questions from any of the trainings from the previous months. And lastly, I want to give you a ticket to our upcoming one-day event. I haven't released information about that yet, but that's something I do want to offer you. Now, this is $149 a month as a charter member. This is brand new. It's going to be opening next week. And I want to invite you to this as a charter member because there's been a lot of people who have reached out to me over the months and years and said, I love to work with you, but I don't have access to the funds. I really want to start doing high ticket, but I don't have 30 grand to invest in a one-to-one coach or being in a high level mastermind. This is how you can get your foot in the door of high ticket, get an understanding of what the real situation is, understanding how you need to position yourself, understanding your media, understanding the sales conversation, making things so it's not weird when you're talking about offering your services. This is what I want to help you out with. So again, it's $149 a month charter membership. Go to ascendmedia.com / member if it's something you are interested in. Please don't reach out to me and ask me 100 different questions. All right, this is very self-explanatory. This is high ticket coaching for $149 a month. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this selfishly is because I want more people to have abundance in their business so they can afford me for my 5 and 6 figure offers that I do have for production. So this right here is the lead in because I want you to understand the situation. And when you have questions, when you're starting to implement those things, you'll get answers. All right. Thank you so much for being on. And I look forward to seeing you really soon.